conditions. So one of the best stories that I heard was initially when there was no existence, the first sound of God or the infinite being used to create existence itself was due to many reasons. Some of the research say the sound not only centrally lines are good with our chakras, but also it has a very perfect circle of many different varieties. So my knowledge is really limited. All I know is as I chant this, it's been really helpful, including sometimes when I have wound, the wound heals really quick. Sometimes when I'm really mentally, psychologically low, when I do that practice for an hour, for half an hour, for longer, I come in with a very low kind of things in my head, and I do that for an hour, and I'm full of positive energy. And whoever I meet just makes me happy. And so that's why I've been sticking to that practice. So the first sound, Om, let's say that 3 times, and then so I was saying before that ultimately everything depends on your intention, motivation, and the sound Naruma Om. And especially we say we truly motivate ourselves, intentions, and wishing everyone, like a mother loves her own child, with that same unconditional kind of love, if we can extend that towards everyone we meet in our life. One of the main prayers today, we always say, to all sentient beings, may they find all the causes and conditions that will bring them happiness and peace. That's the main intention. So the greater the intention, greater the motivation, greater the benefit of chanting that sound home. So if I before I say the sound of my ability, and if I tune my intentions, kind of like tuning a sound in a car or tuning an instrument, if I turn my intentions to the prayers wishing everyone in Nashville, in our community, in our family, everyone in the United States, everyone in the world, everyone in the whole universe, may they all find happiness, and may I contribute to that. And with that way intention, if you say that sound, it purifies our own impurities within our physical body, and it also purifies our own sounds that we use communicating, and the mental impurities. And in the other way of describing it is just the sound of Mani Padme who brings ourselves in a higher physical, we become the higher self. Each one of us, obviously our self-identity is constantly fluctuating or changing. So the best, the highest that you can be by chanting that sound in a positive direction, motivation, then you become that. Your body that you chant becomes the higher body of yourself. Your mind that's changing that sound becomes a higher mind of yourself, your speech that you're using, chanting that sound becomes a higher speech of yourself. That's the mantra, it's the compassion mantra. So, maybe I'll use this. All life, living beings find happiness in the sources and conditions that brings us happiness, peace. So I'll go into my kind of personal for 5-10 minutes of meditative sound, and you can also, if you feel like closing your eyes, if you feel like concentrating on your breathings, and tune yourself to a positive mindset, and then you can create however you feel like into the sound of this, okay? Come on, hit the moment. Come on, hit the moment. do a little different melody so that everyone might feel a little more comfortable with this. So this is very easy, so everyone can touch that. It's my best gift I can pass you. And so, Ma like a mother. Ma name together in Tibetan is a perfect circle representing wisdom. Let's have maybe 3 minutes of this, right? So, this is very much you. Thank you all. You can take it home and make it yours. We are here with the Geshe sitting to do La. The words La is a Tibetan respect. We put it up to the name. And Geshe actually is sitting in this long line. This is being able to accomplish anything you want, wish to accomplish. That's the name of Geshe. And for Geshe, the words Geshe is a title. In college, like, or the university, American university system, like a professor.
professor. So actually it's the highest attainable educational degree that you can attain in the Tibetan monastic system. Tibetan monasteries in the mindset of a Tibetan is viewed as a university. It's a study center. Obviously it's a religious center.